the number one best way to stay out of a nursing home is exercise. So, and if you look at that, and what does the nursing home represent? Well, disability. Yeah, you're disabled. I have had people here in Santa Barbara who are extremely wealthy and extremely talented. One of them was like a famous artist with their art studios all over the place and everything. But when their brain doesn't work, or when the body doesn't work, and somebody has to take care of you and wipe your butt for you, then, that's who cares what else you have. So the way to prevent that is exercise. And exercise is one of those things that we have to purposely do today. Why? Because it used to be throughout history that human beings had to exercise because everything had to be done with muscle power. There was no other power, there was muscle power. So either it was the muscle of a human or an animal. And wherever you go in the world in the past, you had slaves because they had to use their muscles to get things done. Who's going to grind all the olives to make olive oil? Someone has to push that huge stone wheel around to crush the olives, right? Or you can have a horse do it or whatever, if you can afford a horse, right? Because everybody had to use their muscles, that the exercise wasn't even an issue. It's like, duh, I'm using my muscles all day long. I'm on my feet, I'm running here, running there, doing this, doing that, and it's all requiring muscle power. Well, today, guess what? We have electric power, gas power, everything is powered these days. Man, they even have powered scissors to cut your paper. You don't even have to hardly lift a finger to do anything. Everything difficult has been automated and motorized and powerized so that you don't have to use your muscles. We make the joke here about, and this is a real thing too here in Santa Barbara, the people, they get in their car, they drive a mile to the gym, they park as close as they can to the gym, ride the escalator upstairs, and then go up and go on the stair stepper for 20 minutes or a half hour, and then take a shower, go downstairs, go down the escalator, and then get in their car and drive a mile back to their house. And that's their exercise for the day. It's like we're using a whole lot of power to do a whole lot of things, and then we have to force ourselves to exercise. You know what? I don't want to exercise. I don't want to exercise. I'm too busy to exercise. I can't take time out. Let me tell you, take time out. And you know what? I've been there. And so I had all of this stuff stacked up. I didn't have time to exercise. And that little voice, as I'm telling people how important exercise is, and I'm not exercising, I'm going, you know what? I really need to exercise. It's really important for your heart. We have an epidemic of heart failure. The hearts are failing everybody. Like their heart is not working anymore. It doesn't have enough energy. And part of the reason is a loss of mitochondria. Mitochondria are those little bacteria that live in your cells that make the energy for the heart. And in other cells in your body, you might have 2 or 3 or 5. The heart cells, it's 1,000 or 2,000 in every single cell because they're constantly, you can't let your heart rest. If you only have 100 mitochondria in your muscle cells and you're working out and you go, oh, I'm really tired, I think I'll take a rest. Your heart can't say, gee, I'm really tired, I think I'll take a rest. That can't happen because as soon as your heart rests, then you don't have any circulation. It has to keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny. What allows it to keep going is those mitochondria continuously making energy for it so that it always has enough. When it doesn't have enough, bad things start happening, like atrial fibrillation, other kinds of arrhythmias, congestive heart failure, and it usually starts with what's called diastolic heart failure, meaning the heart doesn't relax very well. Why? Because energy is required to relax. We think energy is required to contract the heart, but the contraction is a reaction. It's the relaxation that the energy has to be put in. Exercise helps you build those mitochondria. If you don't exercise, you don't build mitochondria. If you don't exercise, you don't build anything. You don't build your bones. You get osteoporosis. You don't build your muscles. You get weaker. But remember, your heart is a muscle. And yes, it's beating all the time. But if it's beating in relaxed mode all the time, then you're not adding mitochondria to it. You have to push it to its limit in order to build mitochondria.